What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of Tavern Talk with our guests Ultimate J and Tech Nerd A. If you guys wouldn't mind really quickly giving everybody where they can find you guys.
You can find me over at twitch.tv/ultimatej and Twitter at _ultimatej.
I am Tech Nerd A, and everything is at Tech Nerd EH, all one word. Tech Nerd EH.
Tech Nerd EH. So, guys, welcome to episode 4. If you guys have missed any of the previous episodes, we've been at least I've been pretty busy with the pup. So we haven't had any episodes in a while. So, fortunately enough, they postponed the updates coming that's next week for us. But I would like to have an episode 2 weeks into an update, and then 2 weeks or a week after an update, and a week before the next update. But fortunately enough, they postponed this one and then had a quality of life update. So we were able to have an episode. So if you missed any of the episodes previously, they're on YouTube. There's episode 1, 2, and 3 all in a playlist if you guys would like to watch them. But today, we're going to talk about the Ashen Wind update because, again, it's been extended a little bit because of the quality of life update. We did talk about it a little bit before the update dropped. So we kind of discussed the dealing damage through walls, things like that. But now that we've been playing it, we can kind of discuss it and kind of share our feelings with what's been going on in the game. So I've wrote down a couple things that, for me, were kind of some of the biggest changes inside the Ashen Winds event, besides the event itself, or I guess the update itself. So the first thing I said was deal damage through objects. I've never really shot through objects besides maybe to blow up bomb barrels, and we kind of discussed this. So if you guys are just tuning in for this, we meet an hour before this episode airs for you guys, and we literally discuss everything that we're talking about now. So we're basically just saying it all over again with some stuff that we can't talk about. But we discussed like dealing damage through objects. For me, one of the biggest things was Skelly Fleets dropping extra loot and storage crates. Another one that I thought was pretty big is Ashen Keymasters spawn again, which, I mean, we as somebody that's a loot hoarder, we have 8 Ashen chests and no keys for them. And then ghost ships, phantoms during server merge now stick through. Did you guys have any like major things that you felt before we get to the event and how we feel about that? Anything that you felt with the update that they brought that were like big game changers to you?
Well,
I love it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I noticed when I was shooting through the crow's nest that you can't obviously get under there to check for barrels. You kind of have to get on the canopy for a sloop and all that other good stuff just to kind of either take a shot or just see if there's anything up there, which is not a huge issue. I know that there's other ways around it, but yeah, that was one thing I noticed, and I'm looking at it right now here that they're saying that the bottom of a rowboat now you can't be hit with a melee attack from the bottom. I didn't know if that was something.
I didn't even know that was a play. Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I actually kind of don't miss it as much as I thought I would. Just being able to shoot through the bottom of the crow's nest, it hasn't really affected me much. Which I used to shoot up through the bottom of the crow's nest all the time just to see if there's barrels up there. I mean, it's an easy change, right? Just use a blunder bomb or a firebomb instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be more conscious about it now for sure.
Yeah, and I've thought too, because like again, we've discussed this already, but like for like sniping, for example, like we're chasing a boat and we want to like maybe check and see if there's bomb barrels up there. But how many times have our bullets hit maybe the rail instead of potentially hitting a bomb barrel? Because I know that I've hit where, like, for example, like hit the rail and I can clearly see a bomb barrel.
Yeah,
it's either hit reg or me hitting the rail, one of the two that's happening. And then another one that I brought up was the Skelly Fleets dropping extra loot, and now dropping storage crates as well. I think that's huge because especially in an event like the Skelly Fleets that already were resource heavy, burn through your wood, burn through your cannonballs, burn through your food, to now allow you to, because like you would go over to the Skelly ship to resource up for a little bit. If you were running low on stuff, you can only pick up 10, 5, and 5. Now they have storage crates. But I have noticed, and I don't know if it's going to be a thing that they'll address, that sometimes the storage crates are in a spot you can't pick them up. Like there's been times that I've gone over to the ship and I can't pick them up.
Yeah, I was kind of actually surprised that they're just on the boat, available, even possibly pick them up. When they talked about adding it in, I thought it was going to be like there's already loot on the ships it's like in the ship, so you can't access it. It's only there once the ship sinks and everything floats up. That's what I thought they were going to do. I was kind of surprised that it's just on the deck. So I wonder if they switched it and just like
Some work,
last
some
minute.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it just might be a glitch, unless it's like a Reaper chest or something on the front. You know?
I've always noticed it's only on the galleons though. Like I could pick them up on the sloops, but there's like one spot on the galleon that if it's there, I know I'm not gonna probably be able to pick it up. So I don't know if like it's meant to be that way or if it was like they like changed their mind midway and were like, okay, let's just make it available to pick up. But
One team was working on it and made it solid, and the other team was working on it and
Yeah.
made it.
made it unavailable.
Yeah.
And then also too, like not only did they increase the loot too, like you get two more stronghold or two more captain's chests or skelly captain's chests. You get two more skelly captain's skulls, and you get 2 Ashen keys. Plus, and that's just from the captain. Plus, you get all the loot from the normal ships as well. But I mean, again, depending on what your crew size is, those are hard to get. So I mean, honestly, fleets are really good right now. Skelly fleets are really good. A lot of loot. A lot of loot. Hi, cat. And then Ashen Keymaster spawn in. So these were kind of things that we discussed previously before the update dropped. And then now we're just kind of talking about it after the update to kind of give our thoughts on it.
Real quick with the skelly ships and the storage crates, did they just add the food being in there too this update, or was that?
Yes, that was that was this update.
Like resources now? You don't have to do anything.
No, it wasn't the quality of life update, right? It was the Ashen Winds update, right?
I don't know for sure if it was this update or the quality of life one. That's still one of my favorite additions, though, is food being added and storage crates being everywhere for world events.
Yeah, I agree. No, I mean literally at this point, update before August, so it's the quality.
Okay.
No, it would have been the update before August. That would have been Ashen Winds update because there was
the August one was the quality of life.
August one, I think, was the quality of life.
Yeah, so that would have been Ashen Winds.
So to me, as a loot hoarder, at this current point, if you're someone that wants to resource up, just look for a Skelly fleet or a Flameheart event, and you will literally not need to resource up because no matter what you get between, like I would just say like just on average like about 30 cannonballs, 30 wood. And I don't know exactly what the food resource is, not the number. I don't know but it's not low. I don't think it's 30 though.
It's mostly still just coconuts and
Bananas.
Yep. With a couple of pomegranates thrown in there. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I've seen a few pineapples.
Yep.
They're rare, but they're there.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And then so like this was I think this was part of this was quality of life update, but it said ghost ships, phantoms stay after a server merge. And I remember when we were doing Ashen Winds event, when we would hit a server merge, we would have to kind of like look around and sail to find the phantoms because if we knew we didn't pick them all up, and now those stay. So that's a good thing. But I haven't had a server merge in a long time besides one yesterday, and it's been a long time since then. But to me, obviously with Ashen Winds comes the Ashen Winds event. Jay, what is your take on the Ashen Winds event? What's your take on it?
I mean, we talk about this a lot while we're doing it, while we're sailing, and I think we are all in agreement. It's a bullet sponge. It just takes way too long of doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I really want them to have some other thing about it. Like, I mean, I know you can't use fire, but if I don't know, if you threw water on him, maybe he's a little bit weaker.
Cool down a little bit, yeah.
I mean, something so that it's not just go at him, swing my sword.
Yeah, I've gotten to a point where like it's almost like a deterrent if I can't shoot cannons at them.
Yeah.
Tech, what's your feeling?
Well, when I first started doing these events, I was doing them with a open cruise, and I've found that when maybe it was because of the beginning of it and people didn't know what they were getting into, but I couldn't keep a crew to complete the event. Like people would leave or because it was taking too long, or people would get upset because their ship was sinking because of the hailstorm, and then they would just back out. And
Mm-hmm.
I did not finish the event once with an open crew. The only time I've been able to finish the event is with a friend or in the stream with ZG. So that's yeah, there definitely needs to be something done. In my opinion, too, to help with reducing the impact on time invested in it for sure.
Yeah, like one topic that we talk about all the time. It's like time invested for loot given, and it's like for me, the Ashen Wins event as a whole, sure, it's a lot of Ashen loot, but to me, like again, so now with as much resources we can get from like Skelly Fleets or Flame Hearts, if it's on an island that you can shoot cannons at it, if he is not aggroed on the person on the boat, you can have the boat relatively close without being too worried about the meteor shower that happens when he spawns in the third wave. But you can do the Ashen event in like 10 minutes or less with cannons. And I know a lot of people know about this, but there's also a lot of people that don't. You guys can use the green curse cannonballs on the Ashen Lords. I would probably say there's only 3 though that really take effect. Like the broken leg one doesn't gonna do anything because he already walks slow. But you can do like the drunk ball, you can do the sleep ball, you can do the dance ball, but you have to be mindful to shoot it just before he's about to do an animation or just after he's about to finish one, because then otherwise the curse cannonballs don't work. But
And
I would
calling it
love
out
if
when
they
you're
just-
shooting it to make sure your
Yeah.
teammates are not by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that since we've started doing that, you can do the events in 10 minutes or less. If you have enough resources. If you don't have enough resources, it still takes forever.
I would love though if
It
they
makes
just
it
made
way
a
quicker.
simple change of like just give priority to the curse cannonballs. So you could, if he's starting to do his big move or something like the hailstorm, if you hit him with a curse cannonball, it just cancels it.
I agree. I would like
That'd
that.
be awesome.
I also think like for me, we talk about like the bullet sponge. I don't like to just constantly left click on a boss. Like that's just not fun to me. So like I mean again, this might be some of my like Destiny roots, and like that was the only game that I ever had mechanics in. But if there was some sort of mechanic or something that they gave me to use against the boss that made him weaker or stunned him or like did something, so it'd be like, oh, this just dropped, I got this back up, I'm gonna use it on him, something like that. But I am not a fan of just a left click. I'm not a fan of point and clicks games and never have been. And I feel like the bullet sponge bosses aren't fun anymore.
That would be
They
kind of
have
cool
this-
if they can go ahead.
They have this style already in the game with certain skeletons, right? Like
Yep.
The plant ones die easier to swords for gold. Sword really doesn't do anything. You have to but if you get them wet, like they have their advantages and weaknesses. I don't know why they don't have that for bosses too.
Yep.
I think it would be cool if they had like a something that you could find in a random loot drop that would deal more damage to maybe anything, let alone the Ashen guy. But that'd be kind of cool. Like if you dropped an item that you could throw in it, and it'll either decrease or increase the amount of damage you deal to that person, or just deals like a huge boatload of damage at one time to anything. That'd be cool.
Technically though, the flamethrower skull does that. The only thing that it doesn't affect is that the Ashen Lord bosses. Like if we go to the Skelly Fort with 2 of those skulls, you can melt that boss.
Is it because is it more damage, or is it just a consistent like same amount of damage if you threw a flame
Oh,
wall
it's
or
it's more
whatever.
it's a lot of damage. Like you can if so like for example, if like you bring that flamethrower to a player, like when you stand close to him, when he's doing that flamethrower, like he's just spitting out that fire, not doing the effect of the hail, he melts you, and that's exactly what the skull does to players. So I'm assuming that's
Okay.
what it kind of does to the lords or the skelly captains for forts and stuff.
I guess so.
So like
Yeah,
it technically is that, but I just like for me like the forts already the each captain is basically a boss or a bullet sponge. So we already have those. The Ashen Lords didn't change much. They just the reason why they have so much health, which I assume is because they're the only thing we're attacking the entire time. Like forts, we have like 10 plus waves to go through before we can get there. So I'm over waves and I'm over bullet sponges.
Kat did point out in chat, like at least these guys have a couple more moves than we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
That's something new, which is nice to see.
Right. It'd be
I
kind of
just
cool
want
if each
to attack back.
what if each one had different moves versus all four of them have the same moves.
I kind of wish they did that too.
Yeah. Like, you know, some had the meteor shower, some had the flamethrower, you know, face. I don't know. So
Yeah.
that would keep it interesting. Like, oh shit, you got to watch out for the meteors this time. So you just would have to like.
they're adding more different stuff, so maybe they just didn't dedicate a lot of energy into different programming moves for each person.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's the case, and they have more or better stuff coming instead of that.
So Robert says make the cursed cannibals throwable. They tested that a while back. No, did they?
If they tested it in Insider, we can't really talk about it. But I mean, throwable cursed cannonballs, I feel like you could take advantage of that in some situations way too easily. Like
Yeah,
if you get on someone's ship and like you can put them to sleep.
Yeah, just a constant like that. I don't know if I'd like that because then that could just be a total toxic moment. Like get on somebody's boat and just kind of make them do the jig constantly. You just spam them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Decalus, yeah, like a buff for sure, or amp debuff, whatever.
But let's get to the honestly something that since we've been playing almost 2 months of it feels like has it been 2 months? 2 months of Ashen Wind, or has it still only been a month?
No, all August and some of July, some of September.
So next week, Wednesday, I think we're gonna have the vaults open up. So we're gonna have a bunch of loot. And so, what I'll set up for next Tavern Talk is I'll have it so we can watch the video of the Sea of Thieves news if there is one when we do a Tavern Talk. If there's not, then we won't have to worry about it. But I would like to make it so you guys can watch the video with us. But we went over the video before we went on stream, and a couple things that John talked about was, and really like I think it was, there was some accessibility stuff that they reworked, but I think a lot of people, and including myself, one of them that's like the biggest as somebody that sails around a lot is the overlay adjustment. So now that there's a section in your settings to be able to adjust the overlay. So now that it doesn't just take up your entire screen like a cutscene, so you can still see your health, you can still see your ammo, and you don't have to worry about like waiting for that to despawn so you can see that. So that's huge. I think that's nice. I think that should just be default, to be honest. I don't know what necessarily we need the cutscene for unless you're doing some sort of cutscene. But so that's that, and then the in-game stuff, and then this is looking at the video. So if I'm gonna post the video in chat, you guys, so you guys could watch it with us, or at least watch it yourself while we kind of discuss it. Ooh. Yes, that's it. So first thing that we kind of that at least we were looking at, let's see if I can get their chat. Sorry. At 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Thank you, Brad. At 2 minutes and 29 seconds, you notice them opening up a chest for the vault. So you guys can hear this. Actually, let me make it so you guys can hear it. Turn that down a little bit. So we're gonna start this video at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and we'll kind of discuss as it goes through.
ancient vaults scattered across the Sea of Thieves. The company worries, though, that these vaults may be at risk, so they've requested that you, the player, go out and recover the keys to unlock these treasure vaults.
So I'm pausing it at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So if you guys notice, they got a voyage. They had to go somewhere. When they open this chest, it says, pick up Devil's Ridge Gold Key. So as someone that is excited about tucking on players' boats soon, this is something that we could probably steal and know where to go, which is nice. Because most voyages, you don't know. You kill someone with something, you don't know where they're going or how much longer they have, which is nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool if they drop it where you're tucking, you could move your cursor to it to see where it's supposed to be, and then you can just tell your crew that's on your boat, hey, get the heck over to this spot and be ready.
Or you could just jump off with it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You just jump off with it. Bye. It's my key now. But then again, they might have a ton of loot on them. So yeah, you can still say like, all right, they got all this loot on their boat. They're going to Devil's Ridge. Meet them there. We'll dumpster them and then take this loot. I'm excited. I hope this makes, because no matter what, I feel like people get worried about doing giant loot voyages. So like I'm worried that players are going to do this and then people are going to fight them and they're just not going to want to do it because it took them an hour to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm worried about that, but I'm hope at least for a couple weeks they're doing it. So
in that clip though, they that key is in a chest. I feel like it's probably safe to assume that there could be something else in that chest, like you'd find in any collector's chest, like a trinket or
oh, you mean like also loot with it?
Yeah.
Right. I wonder too, like, is it always at the end of the voyage that you get that key? Or could you get it during could you get it in the middle and technically still continue the voyage and then you have this key where you need to go?
Like, are you saying that there's still something else you're going to need for the vault other than just the key?
No, what I'm saying is like, what if technically you got the key, you could do the voyage, or you could just go, you could finish the voyage out, or you could just go to the vault. So like, let's say the voyage still had you could get a bunch of more, you can get more loot, or just go to the vault.
I see what you're saying. I wonder if there's any benefit of making it that you could find it in the middle. Because we haven't gotten to the vault yet, but there's
a lot of loot.
The video looks like there's a lot there. I don't see why you would
need to continue the voyage.
Yeah.
So chat, next Tavern Talk, we will have a place so we can watch the video together, but I currently don't have one. So we're watching the Sea of Thieves news. We're starting at now 2 minutes and 30 seconds if you want to follow along. So I'm going to push play.
Although the company has requested you return the key, you don't necessarily have to. You could go and use it yourself.
So I'm stopping at 2 minutes and 37 seconds. He talks about they request the key back, or since we're pirates, we can use it. So I'm assuming, which I feel like that's safe to assume, that you could turn it. We're gonna end up having to turn them in for accommodations, and we're gonna have to use them for accommodations. I'm assuming.
How much do you think it would be worth? Like,
dude, I mean, it better be worth a lot.
A fraction of what's in that vault, or something worthwhile.
Probably a fraction. Yeah, I would say it's probably less than 25%.
I'm gonna, man. I just feel like
I'm bring that question up in a bit after we look through the vault.
Yeah, because I feel like overall with that key, I mean, it better be worth a pretty penny if I'm gonna skip out on all the loot in this vault. Like there better be a good reason why I'm giving it to you. Like maybe there's some cosmetics that you only get from turning them in.
10 doubloons.
10 doubloons, dude. Or a title, yeah. Woo! God dang it. I don't want any more titles. All right, I'm going to continue playing chat. So we're starting at, if you guys are wanting to follow along, here's the video we were watching. We got a question from Andrew. Hey, question. What about someone doing it by themselves? That's like anything in this game. Unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is based around having a crew, which crews make it easier. More players make it easier, but it's gonna be interesting for solo players. That's for sure.
I think
We
everything
are pirates.
is possible to do by yourself. I don't
Yeah.
think they have anything that you need a crew.
No, I don't think you need a crew. It just makes it more
Yeah, it's just
difficult, just
easier.
like more time consuming, I should say. Not really more
Yeah.
difficult. We're starting it at 2 minutes and 37 seconds, chat.
After all. And by doing so, you find yourself in a room full of riches.
All right, so I'm pausing it at 2 minutes and 43 seconds. It's just the first clip of all the loot, and that's exciting. So what we're kind of talking about with the key being worth a fraction of what's going to be inside this vault. There's a lot in this vault. If you guys continue to watch it with us, there's a ton of trinkets. We kind of assume that you might be able to pick up some of those gold piles, if not all of them. I mean, if you can pick up all of them, that's going to be insane. There's a ton of chests. There's a ton of trinkets. We'll get to the new chests here in a little bit. But I mean, there's chests everywhere. There's trinkets everywhere. There's gold piles everywhere. So to me, to give that key away, it better be worth my time. Like, do this voyage and give this key away, or get all of this gold that's in this video. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, where you have it paused, as soon as they're coming into that vault, you can see 7 chests just from that angle, and there's still a whole wall that we can't see that probably has more chests, more things on it, and I don't know how many of these you might be able to pick up, but another 10 piles of gold that possibly you can pick up, which you're gonna see once we move in the video a little bit further. You're gonna see that there's a trinket that's sitting in a pile of gold, which is why I'm thinking that we can pick up these piles of gold. It doesn't seem like it's just sitting on top of it like it's part of the room. It's like that you can actually obtain it.
Right. I feel like some of them are decoration, but then there's like one, for example, where we're paused, where it's like sitting on that wood, like that wood that you look like you can climb up there maybe, which it doesn't look like it should be there. So it looks like something you can pick up.
Yeah.
All right, so we're again, if you want to follow along, we're at 2 minutes and 43 seconds. I'm gonna push play.
But there is one more treasure that the gold.
All right, so I'm pausing at 2 minutes and 46 seconds, chat. And what Jay was just talking about, if you look at the loot pile or the gold pile in the middle, there's 3 trinkets there. A silver one on the left, a gold one with the purple on the top, and then there's one actually in the middle of the gold, which is why Jay thinks you might be able to pick those up, and I agree. It looks like it's in a spot where you'd be able to pick that up. It wouldn't make sense to be able to. It wouldn't make sense to have the gold or a trinket like infused inside of a thing that you could not pick up. It wouldn't make sense. Like if you notice on the back right, there's a trinket sitting in the back. Like if that's how it'd be if you couldn't pick it up. There's a lot of chests. Look at just even this one, and this is the back wall.
Yeah, this is the wall you can't see.
This
so
is
all
the
of
wall.
that. All that before that we saw in that last shop, plus all this, there's so much loot in this
There's
vault.
so much loot. Now, granted, that just in this clip alone, though, there's like 2 marauders, 2 seafarers.
Yeah.
I think
3 marauders.
3 marauders.
I think the amount of physical chests is a lot there, but I feel like you guys might be overestimating how much is actually going to be in excuse me, in the vault as far as cash value goes. Because I don't see anything high dollar except for maybe 10,000, possibly 10,000 gold or so roughly that you're putting in your pocket. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just right here though. So like we saw in the previous pause, it was like 7 right off there, and then there's another 5 right here, plus the potential gold pickup.
I mean, if you average around 600, 700
and
per chest, captain's chests.
And if you're rank 5 gold hoarder.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of trinkets too. Because I feel like if you notice in that gold pile on the back right, the one with the trinket that's sitting off by itself, you can almost see the gold pile glowing a little bit. Do you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's another trinket or if that's potentially just the gold glowing to let you know you can pick it up. So there's probably a lot of hidden trinkets too.
I think I see a trinket glowing in that front pile just to the right of that silver trinket.
Yeah, but look at the pile in the back though, by the back wall. It also is glowing.
That same trinket. Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking is maybe that's not the trinket that's glowing, that's the gold pile that's glowing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, true.
How much do you think these gold piles are? Or do you think that the different sized ones are different values?
I think they're at least 1,000 each.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be like opening a collector's chest. It's gonna be random. It's gonna be like 100 and like 700, 400. It's gonna be random.
I hope there's a couple that are like 1,000 or more.
Yeah, I hope there's some big piles in there that you can pick up for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, so chat, we're starting. If you want to follow along, we're watching the Sea of Thieves news video. We are starting at 2 minutes and 46 seconds. If you would like to follow along, pushing play now.
Vault hoarders are keeping secret, and to uncover that.
So I'm pausing it at 248. So this is a different wall. 248. So this is a different wall. Shows I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more chests, and then loot pile, and then gold piles. And then if you look at the bottom left hand of your screen, there's a gold pile that's kind of has that gold aura again, and it's a bigger pile too.
All these piles look like you can pick them up.
So I feel like most of these piles you'll probably be able to pick up, if not all of them. Because like again, if you look inside
They probably are not 1,000 each. If it's gonna be 10K for all of it.
Hope. Because there's smaller piles and there's larger piles. And if you look again with the 3 chests that are in the middle, those gold piles are giving off a gold aura again. So I bet you can almost pick up all of these, which will be awesome.
It's gonna be totally different if you can't pick up any.
Oh, I'll be so disappointed. Because it will be fun if you're someone that likes to tuck, to get in there before the other players do. So like you open that door and you steal all that loot. Like, yeah, sure, you steal all the physical loot, but to be able to kill them and then open the door and get all that extra gold just cause, that'll make it exciting. That'll make it exciting. All right. Again, if you're following along, we're at 248, chat. 248.
Treasure, you would need to find the medallions within the room.
All right, so we got new medallions. So the medallions are just from the tall tale, right? Like, I don't think they're anything different. We just have to I'm assuming finding 3 of them.
It looks like it's very similar, like because you saw that pedestal in the middle of the room, right?
Yeah.
It looks like you're just gonna throw them in there, like you did in the tall tales.
Yep. Yeah, I'm assuming you find 3. I bet you find one, and then you have to go find the other one, bring it back, find the other one, bring it back, and then you unlock. So I'm pushing play, chat. We're at 252.
When you put the...
So all right, pause at 254. There's 3 chests in the center. One captain chest.
Do you think you have to go find it on the island, or it's just in the room? Like, they showed the one in the room, but do you think that
these medallions
let's watch it for a second. I think it shows a section.
The solution that then opens up a...
Oh wait, is it only one medallion you need to find? Oh no, well,
1 medallion for each section of the thing to do to get to that final chest.
Well, because like at 3 minutes, it has you do a code to unlock the solution.
That just was from 1 medallion.
One medallion has an each puzzle to do until you get to that final medallion. Then you can push the button and get to the big boy chest.
When you do the solution, does it show you where the next medallion is?
Maybe it's on like a map or something to show you the next place to get the second medallion and the third medallion. I haven't done any of this, I haven't been in the insider for any of this, so I'm just riffing.
No, me neither, dude. Me neither.
I'm glad I never did the vault.
Because when you do a tall tale, for example, when you would do like for the one that had the water that would fill up, you would open the door, you would light the flames, and then it would shut the door behind you, and you would have to enter in these solutions. I feel like if it's giving us a solution, maybe, or giving us something that we have to figure out. Oh, actually, if you look at it, if you're paused at 3 minutes, it only gives us 1 image, so you have to find the other 2, but it doesn't tell us where though. So like if you're looking at the left one is a skull, but the middle one doesn't have anything and the far right one doesn't have anything.
So do you think you could open this up with, like, what if you put in the wrong solution? Can you just not open the door?
I don't know.
Like, does it lock?
Maybe it does lock behind you once you finish it. Like once you find the medallion, it locks behind you and water fills in.
Well, I'm wondering why, like, if it's just showing you one puzzle, like 1 medallion shows you one thing, And then like what are your odds of just guessing rather than finding them?
Maybe no images show up until you put the medallion in.
Oh, maybe.
So maybe on those rocks, there's no images.
It won't let you try. It'll just not do anything.
The rocks won't
It'll just be
turn.
like a blank button. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Or it'll turn, but it just when you hit enter solution, it just doesn't accomplish anything. You still got to go get the other two.
I also like how they have in that image, like around the solution thing, there's like a huge gold pile. Like it looks like a bag of gold too. Where the heck is that? Is that in the gold hoarder area? The shores of gold?
Who knows?
All right. So chat again, if you want to follow along, we're on 3 minutes.
The treasure door at the back, which contains the more
Okay. So 303 gives us the new chest. And we kind of talked about this for a minute. We have 3 different guesses on how much this chest is going to be worth. I say it's going to be worth potentially, depending on how much time is invested in this voyage, I say between 8 and 12 for this chest. That's my guess.
Zach, what's yours?
What were we saying?
How much the chest is worth?
I said between 25 and 50. I'm shooting for the moon.
I mean,
go big or
that's a
go
lot.
home, dude.
I think
I got high hopes.
The current max value for a chest, for a gold hoarder chest, is a stronghold chest, which you get, believe between 2.5 and 3K for. So I'm thinking maybe double that. I'm going 4 to 5K. There's so much other loot in this vault.
How much is an Ashen Athena's chest with an Athena emissary grade 5? How much is that worth?
Oh man, without the emissary, it's like
20
8 to 12K.
Yeah, it'd be like 20 plus.
20 plus with an emissary. Yeah, so I would say 20 to 25 minimum with this, because this is the equivalent, I think, because all that work just to get to that, and it's only going to be 8 to 12.
The only reason why I feel like it wouldn't be the equivalent of Athena is because Athena's, you have to be Pyre Legend.
Yeah.
Everybody can do this one. Now, granted, a lot of people are Pyre Legend now, but again, you have to be Pyre Legend to get an Athena.
Yeah, maybe. You might be right. That makes sense. I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of work, and I'm hoping high for the amount of reward that we can steal. I mean, get when we do this.
Listen, I'm all for it, dude. I would to have this on your boat to know, like, I feel like there isn't enough, because I think this adds another element of excitement when players find these people doing these voyages. And I think one, obviously, the Athena is always fun to find and fun to steal, but with them adding this new chest, I feel like it adds another chest to be excited to steal, because there's always been just such an excitement about stealing an Athena, and there hasn't been any other chest to be excited to steal. And that's why I feel like, for me, I'm really hoping that it's going to be worthwhile to tuck on somebody's boat to steal this, versus like I could go do a fort and get the same value on this chest. So my hope is it's like I'm gonna lower mine a little bit. I'm gonna say like 6 to 10. I'll go 6 to 10. Is that if you're gold hoarder?
Anisi brought up in chat the idea that it's worth ancient coin.
Ancient coin.
300.
People would just farm this for ancient coin.
Right.
They would not make it. Again, they're a business. They're smart. They're not gonna allow people to farm a voyage to get actual money currency. Sure, we can find ancient skellies on the islands, but that's rare. Not as rare as a shrouded, but it's rare.
I agree. I don't think they could do that.
No, it would be bad for business, I feel like. Because I mean, again, I've bought a few. I bought some money from ancient coin, but I feel like for ancient coins, but to introduce a voyage that gives you ancient coins, oof, people would just farm that.
Yep.
It'd be fun to steal, though. That'd be fun to steal. Steal a chest and get some ancient coins. That'd be exciting. All right, so again, if you want to follow along, we're at 303, chat.
valuable stuff that the gold hoarders don't want you to get a hold of. So we're hoping with everything combined in the room, we've created ourselves like a high intensity in and out loot grab that our players
Okay, so I'm pausing it at 313. He's like, he wants high intensity loot grab kind of experience. My hope is that there's enough people doing that so we can have that high intensity loot grab experience. Is that trinkets on the front of those stairwells? Or is that just like coral? I
That's
think
also cool.
That might just be coral. God, there's a lot of loot. A lot of loot. All right, so I'm pushing play, chat. We're at 313.
or our crews are really going to enjoy. And we can't wait to see how much gold you can get for you and your crew. You can play these treasure vaults in the next Sea of Thieves update.
Hi, I'm Chris Davies, Senior Designer at Rare, and I'm here to talk to you about Mysterious Notes. The world of Sea of Thieves has changed a lot over the past couple of years, and it can be hard to keep up with what's new. To help with this, as part of the latest update, we're introducing Mysterious Notes.
Okay, so I'm pausing it at 346. My take on Mysterious Notes, and we'll get kind of more into it. He kind of goes back into it again. He says, like, you know, it's hard to keep up with what's being introduced in the game. I feel like these Mysterious Notes are a way to explore the map and get familiar with things that have been introduced if you haven't played in a while. Sure, there may be they might be like a kind of like a daily bounty, but I feel like to me they're more or less giving players that have been away for a while something to kind of re-explore the map to things that are new. That's my take on the Mysterious Notes.
I don't think it's gonna be like the like client based. Is it maybe the way I'm trying to say it? I think it's gonna be like more server push outs like globally, because from what I think you're saying is like somebody comes back and, oh hey, since you've been gone, there's this new guy that's a bullet sponge. He's over here. Go check him out. I don't know if it's gonna be on the player side. I think it's going to be like, all right, we're going to tell everybody now to go check this person, or tomorrow we're going to tell them to go dig up this chest that we just added in that last patch, type of thing. So it's going to be more global, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree that it's going to be global. Like, I'll still have those notes, even though I've completed the Flameheart event 1,000 times. But my point is, like, when somebody, because that's another, like, tab for somebody to go check out for that wheel. My view on those is like somebody coming back, like we all have those notes, and it even says, like, I think he says like personalized notes somewhere, like we'll have these personalized notes. So like maybe there is some client base where like maybe they've never completed a Flameheart, so they get a mysterious note that says something about Flameheart. Because I know
there's a lot of stuff being added. How often do you guys see people doing the Order of Souls voyage with the ghost ships?
I've never, dude. Like, never.
If you don't watch the YouTube videos or watch their Twitter or read the patch notes, like how do you know those are there now?
Right, exactly.
So I feel like this could be a good way of just being like, oh, by the way, something new.
Yeah,
if you didn't know, go look here.
Yeah, I agree. Granted, it's not like a tutorial, but it's supposed to be like, check this out. Look at this.
Yeah.
Now, if you open it, does it go away, or does it stay till the end of the day? Or if you never open it, do they accumulate? Like, I wonder how that's going to work too.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't see anything that says delete in the wheel. Or
it's probably once you visit, like, for example, we'll get to it. Like, let's get to well, here's one at 352. This is for Umbra again. It says, Brave Adventurer, I'm looking for a pirate with a lust for discovery. Find me at the Laguna Whispers, Umbra. Maybe it is personalized. Maybe it's not. But, like, maybe if you've never visited Umbra, you have a mysterious note to go visit Umbra. So once you visit her, it's like a completed voyage. It just removes from your readout or whatever it's called.
And what if you never visit her?
Then it's there. It's like a voyage. It's like a voyage you can put down. They're always there in your pocket.
So you don't get any more. You don't get, like, if your wheel is full, you don't get another new one until you complete that one.
I mean, there's maybe multiple pages.
Yeah, wheels have pages. I think all wheels have pages.
Yeah, there's like, for example, like if you do an Athena's, you get eight islands, but you can have islands from messages in the bottle. You can have islands from like everything. I don't think it's just one page of mysterious notes. It's like emotes. Like you can have pages and pages and pages of emotes. That's my
I
like.
can see somebody who doesn't give a care like have like full stack.
That's gonna be me.
think.
That's gonna be me. I mean, I know where Umbra is, but I don't think I've actually ever visited her.
I mean, if they don't go away at all, maybe that's a thing too. It's just kind of like in this time moment. If you're looking through, here's some hints to check out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go away, but then like when they add more, they get rid of some.
Yeah, maybe it's just like time based. Like after a certain update, after a certain amount of updates, they get rid of them because like, listen, they've been here for a while.
You said they said there were
Clean up your
personalized,
inbox.
right?
Yeah, they said somewhere. He said, let me try to find
The
it.
world of Sea of Thieves has changed a lot over the past couple of years, and it can be hard to keep up with what's new. To help with this, as part of the latest update, we're introducing Mysterious Notes. Mysterious Notes are an immersive, in-world way for us to recommend new content and new experiences to pirates playing adventure.
Personally,
Whether we're bringing you a new world event, or some profitable voyage opportunities, a shift in world dynamics, or maybe a new arrival at the outpost, we'll be able to keep you up to date with all of these changes via personalized notes.
Yeah, 410 says via personalized notes. So I feel like if you've done a flame heart, you won't get a flame heart note.
So what I'm thinking that could be one of your biggest gripes about some of these events that have been going on, like the shark teeth. How do you know how much shark teeth you have? You have to go to a website currently. What if they've been personalized because it updates and one of these is the event going on and it tells you how many shark teeth you have?
Oh my god, that'd be so nice. I would like that. Because I guess
I would consider that maybe like a live update, and not, I don't know about personalized, but yeah, that would be awesome.
because I don't necessarily know what he means by personalized update, like personalized notes. But I feel like personalized means it's specifically for me. So like if I've never visited Umbra, I'm gonna have an Umbra mysterious note. If you visited Umbra, you're not gonna have it. That's what I get. That like as personalized, I get it. Like if you've done an Ashen Wind and I haven't, they're gonna be like, hey, hey, this is a voyage from the Order of Souls lady. There's a skull that I want you to get for me. Blah blah blah. Like check out these Ashen Wind events, kind of thing. That's my take on that's my take on personalized. So maybe it is client based, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out on Wednesday. I mean,
I think me and J-Rock are on the same page.
so I guess I'm confused. Let me clue me in. Like I don't the I guess I'm not hearing the difference.
With
The different page.
the different page stuff, or the oh, maybe I'm getting lost in this too. I was just thinking like what.
No, I'm just trying to connect the dots like to where you guys are at, because I guess I'm just not hearing it. I feel like we're all on the same page. That's what I thought we were. Yeah. That's what I thought we were.
Are we talking about the notes still, or the Cold Water voyage?
The notes.
I like global versus like when do they go away? I mean, that's really just kind of where I was at with it, and how much how much can you stack them, or is it like a daily thing that is like like something along the line like different, but like when you open up a game and it gives you like a little note thing like go check this person out, or new to the game, this and this. It's like that, but in a wheel that you can kind of have like this cool little paper you're looking at instead of it being in the front screen of your loading screen. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure like which of those it may be, or what other things it could have. I think there's a potential to have more things. Like I would like it to have some of the stuff that is on the website.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not in game.
I've never been a fan of going to, and Destiny did this too, where you have to go to a third party site to check on if you finish something.
Yeah.
And I've never been a fan of that. Like if they added shark teeth to the game, that'd be something fun. Like people are hunting down Megs right now. If you could steal shark teeth, that'd be another fun thing to collect, to also hunt for, because people are trying to get the event done. That'd be fun. That'd be cool if they introduced some way, if the notes were like something to do with keeping us clued into the site without actually having to go to the site. Because it's been a common occurrence in chat. Like there's been a lot of people saying like, if it wasn't for you, I would have no clue how to even activate the Fort of the Dam. Like I have no clue how to activate the Fort of the Dam. Man, I'm gonna miss out on the activation of the Fort of the Dam because I've still never done it. So I feel like they add a lot, but they don't explain what it is to do to get like certain things done. Or like when they Umbra, like I knew of Umbra, but I didn't necessarily know what to do to get Umbra's tattoos. Like I don't think I've ever been to Umbra, to be honest. Maybe
I think most of the
I feel like
explained in commendations, but I mean, there's so many commendations now. If you're trying to figure out what to do,
specific ones. Yeah. There's so many specific ones, or there's so many, and to look for like a specific one, it's tough. It's like, is it in Athena's or is it in Gold Hoarders? Like, where do I look for getting these cannons? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, Mysterious Notes, I'm hoping that they help some players, that's for sure. All right, so chat, again, we're starting at 411.
You'll receive at the start of your session. To find any mysterious notes in your possession, just open up your Quest Radio and you'll see the option to browse and select any mysterious notes that you want to read. We hope you enjoy this little...
I was kind of hoping that, because when I saw the first one at 4... What did I see it? At 352, I was hoping that it was a different one so we could see it, but it's still the Umbra one. It's kind of disappointed.
I think that's a daily bounty at some point. It's just talk to Umbra.
So do you think maybe those are just straight up daily bounties?
That was my first take when I first saw it.
So instead of having daily bounties, we're going to have multiple daily bounties maybe?
What are these? Yeah. What do these icons mean on the wheel? So does that mean like we have three gold hoarders? No, one gold hoarder, 3 Order of Souls, 1 merchant.
Well, I don't even think those are Order of Souls. I think those are Athena logos. Or not Athena. Sea of Thieves logos.
I think that's just a generic.
Okay.
It doesn't belong to anything.
Yeah, there's the only one that I see that I recognize is the merchant and the gold hoarder. But then the banana, I think which one did they go for? Hold on.
Quest Radio and you'll see...
So the banana is Umbra.
Browse and select any mysterious notes.
Wonder why. And maybe build rat for the tankards?
Maybe it's Duke.
Could be Duke, or just like what do you call it? The thing we never do with other people. Multiple crews. Alliances. I couldn't think of the word.
Multiple crews. The thing we never do.
The thing with the additional flag that makes us laugh.
Yeah, Alliance D's, dude. You should have just said that. Or no, I guess you didn't. You couldn't think of Alliance. That's funny. I think it's just a Reddit of stuff people should check out if they haven't yet completed it. Like a note explaining the Ashen Cloud, a note explaining a Skull Fort, a note explaining the Flam. I don't think it's explaining though. Like
it's not. It just said for them to go somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily, because like even with Umbra, it just says visit, like go talk to Umbra. Go find me at find me. So like if it was, let's say the Order of Soul lady telling you to do an Ashen Winds event, like it would be like this, whatever their names are, like the Order of Soul lady. I'm looking for a pirate to find, hunt down the Ashen Lord Skull for me. Come visit me at so-and-so. And then maybe she'll kind of explain in some sort of cutscene. Or like
maybe not quite explaining in the note, but
right.
It could totally mean, like, hey, that skull in the sky, you should check it out because, or something with it.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I think it's something to help players that may have never done something to go check it out. Because again, if you've been gone for a year, when was the For the Dam introduced? Has it been a year and a half?
I have no idea.
Let's just say you played beta and now we're getting back into the game. How the heck do you know about the For the Dam? All of a sudden there's flame hearts and Ashen wind vents and all this like new stuff in the game. Like there's nothing explained besides you going to YouTube. I'm not saying that these are going to be tutorial notes. I'm saying like these are just a way for you to go check them out if you've never done them, so you know about them. That's my take on them. Here's what you should Google. See, but that's CPAC. I don't want that either. That's why I feel like if they were able to introduce something like the shark teeth in game, like keep us in the game. I don't want to go to a site to check on shark teeth. I've never liked that idea. I don't know how hard it is to add it to the game, but like they called it shark teeth, even though it's just a point system. Kill this, you get 30 points. So I don't know. It'll be good for new players. It'll be good for new players because I know there's a lot of people that still have no clue how to start the For the Dam. It's a common question, and the For the Dam's been out for a long time. Yeah, emissaries, huh?
For the Dams are super valuable, though. I feel like that's something that shouldn't necessarily people have to be walked through. It's like you do need to, like, you shouldn't do that as a day one or week one pirate. You should know it.
Maybe it's something you like talk to other pirates about instead of, but then people just YouTube it. I don't know. Because I know like in at 402, it shows a cutscene of the For the Dam, which is kind of why I figured like maybe there's like, maybe it doesn't tell you how to do it, but it gives you a clue on like lantern colors. Because I know, yeah, I'm sure people don't know. I bet you people don't know how even emissaries work. And I bet you people don't know that when you get to rank 5, you get an emissary voyage. Mm-hmm. I bet there's a ton of people that don't even know that. Or Thieves Haven runs. I bet you people don't know about Thieves Haven runs. If you've been out of the game for a long time and you come back as a pirate legend, you don't even know that there's Thieves Haven runs. Because I think where are those picked up? Those are picked up downstairs, right? Or are they picked up by Duke?
I think by Duke.
So it's
you
like
do have to be
you have to be a pirate legend.
Yeah.
But it's like if you don't think about Duke and you just go straight downstairs, oh, they haven't added anything to the pirate legend guy.
Yeah.
And that's potentially where the grog guy could be like, check out Duke. There's some voyages there that you haven't done. I don't know. This update has me excited, but it also has me worried because like I feel like again, there's going to be a lot of loot in those voyages, but is there going to be enough people that are willing to do the entire voyage to get to that vault and then potentially have it stolen? Because no matter what, people in adventure mode do not like PvP, or a lot of people in adventure mode do not like PvP. And if they get any PvP, they're like, you're the reason why I don't play this game. I don't know. I'm excited, but I bet we don't. And it'll be for like the first week we get some exciting plays, and then after that we're gonna have to do the vault to get any of that loot.
That first week though, I think it'll be a lot of fun.
That first week is gonna be you have that week off too.
Oh, I have some of it off. Yeah.
Well, you have 3 days of it off.
Yeah.
Should potentially be easy to steal too, as it's timed event inside the vault. So if you need all of your people in there helping, how do you know that it's timed?
They kind of explained.
Did they?
It, right? Like when they were showing people rushing in and out.
Did they say that? He says
it. Just said a quick looting,
like intense
experience.
You can start to uncover the solution that then opens up a treasure door at the back, which contains the more valuable stuff that the gold hoarders don't want you to get a hold of. So,
you know what? If you have the volume up, you can hear it 3 minutes. There's a ticking sound. like it's timed.
gold hoarders don't want you to get a hold of. So hoping with everything combined.
I don't know
Under
if
the
it...
time constraint is what it says. He says literally under this time constraint.
Oh, got it.
You
Find
can
the
start to
medallions under the
uncover
time
the
constraint.
solution that then opens up a treasure door at the back, which contains the more valuable stuff that the gold hoarders don't want you to get a hold of.
250.
So hoping.
Well, it's exciting. I want to steal that loot. Bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping people are willing, because it'll be fun when because since there is so much loot that's gonna have to be put on a boat, people aren't gonna be able to do like some of it and then turn it in. There are gonna be times, so they're gonna have to put all of that loot on their boat, all of it. Now I feel bad again. It's like solo players. Yeah, it's not gonna. Maybe it won't be hard to do for solo players, but to get all of that loot as a solo player, hopefully there's a lot of time for solo players. Because I don't know how much there'll be. Now, granted, we don't know the time constraint, but how much time there'll be, or if it changes for solo versus crew.
Well, you don't know whose crew is getting into the vault, right? Necessarily, if you stole the key or not.
I
True.
don't think.
So I feel like they got to keep it around the same time, no matter what.
So I'll feel bad for solo players. So it's got to be a decent amount of time then. Because if it's not a lot of time, there's a lot of solo players will probably avoid it, or they'll just get the main chest, the new chest, and then get everything else out as they can.
Grab the piles.
Piles and the captains. Yeah. The hidden chest is part of the time constraint as you get the medallions inside the vaults.
That's a good point though. Like, what if it's part of it? Like it does take more time to get that chest rather than just grabbing what's visible in front of you.
So you have to decide: do you want to grab this other loot or the main chest or the new chest?
Yeah.
Oof. Or if
Which
you
will have an advantage with the crew.
with the crew, exactly. You know, you have some people doing the medallion stuff and some people unloading some. You can just put it on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
So like if you're worried about time constraint, just put it on the other side of the door, drop it, and then run back in.
That's what we're gonna see people doing though, is running in, grabbing a chest, and running all the way back to their boat.
Yeah, 100%.
You're gonna see so many people doing that.
They're not gonna understand that there's a time constraint.
Or they're gonna put it outside the door, and as they're running to get the next things, he's gonna come grab the chest and move it somewhere else, and he's gonna keep on doing it.
I'll just depending on where it is, I'll just harpoon the loot on their boat so we can steal it. I wonder if people are gonna also have to debate like whether picking up the loot or grabbing the gold. Because I have a feeling there was like it almost looked like some of those gold piles were in like jumping puzzle areas.
Oh yeah.
So like depending on the loot pile, if it's worth, like do you go up top for that captain's chest, or do you potentially get that gold pile that could be worth more than that captain's chest?
Oh man, we have 4 days yet to see all this.
I know there's a lot. Having information on the island they're heading to seems vital. Yeah. Well, we'll know with the key for sure, but we don't know how long the voyages are. And whether or not, because my concern is like depending on the skill of the players too, is like if they get sunk, do they continue to do the voyage?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times too where I've seen people like tucking on an Athena as they've been sunk by a meg or something, and then they're just like quit, no mermaid. I hope the key is worth turning in, because if you don't open the vault, then that key better be worth something. And that chest, I want that chest to be worth something. I want another Athena's chest to steal. Because I don't server hop anymore, so I miss that excitement of finding an Athena's on the server.
Oh yeah.
Probably gonna be an 8-part gold. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't think it's gonna be. I assume it's gonna be about, I would say the low end of an Athena's worth, but I hope it's more than a stronghold chest.
I mean, it's just another gold hoarder variation, right? Which is the last It's the last one to actually have gotten a second variation. There's 2 Order of Souls, 2 Merchant, 2 Athena, and now this will be the 2 Gold Hoarder. So I don't think if you look at Merchant and see it there in Order of Souls, their other variations aren't that much more.
When you mean variations, you mean like, for example, Order Soul would be like the Ghost Skull and the Ashen Wind Skull. Is that what you're saying?
No, of types of voyages. So you can get a voyage to kill captains and pick up their skulls, or for the other Order of Souls variation is to go fight ghost ships and take that loot.
Right.
No, one's not necessarily better than the other. It's just another variation.
So what's the so I know the Thieves Haven run, right, for Athena. What's the other one?
Yeah. So for Merchant, you can do chicken, or you can do animals.
See, I just never do
delivery,
Merchant, so I don't even know Merchant stuff.
or the cargo routes.
Okay. So then Gold Hoarder is going to get their second. So this would be their second variation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's the last one to get a second variation.
Last one to get a second one. Okay. I'm excited, dude. There's Ashen variations of things too, right?
It's the same voyages. It's just with Ashen loot.
Yeah. Regular Athena, and then you have the Ashen, and yeah, right. Oh, you're saying that's the 2 variations. Is that what you're saying?
No, I think the second variation for Athena is
the Thieves Haven.
The Thieves Haven, because it's an entirely different voyage. It's not just different.
It's not a different section of the map.
Yeah.
It's the same voyage. It's the same style of voyage, just different style of loot.
Yeah.
But Thieves Haven is completely different, but you could potentially get an Athena's from it too, though.
Right.
Which I don't. Did we ever get an Athena?
I never did.
I don't think I ever got an Athena's either. But okay, so we discussed Ashen Winds are positive and negatives. I don't like the health of the boss. I don't like the bullet sponge feel. The vault. We talked about the overlay, which is, again, I think is gonna be really nice to have. I can't wait to switch that. We talked about the keys for the vaults, telling you where to go. You can either turn in or use, probably for accommodations. Potential gold pickup, which I think we've come to the conclusion that I'll be really disappointed now, but probably be able to pick up that gold, and probably the piles will be worth different. Decent loot, captains and random loot. So like we got captain's chests, you have seafarers, castaways, and then you have a bunch of trinkets. Talk about, and then the new chest we kind of discussed about, how much we think it might be worth. I hope it's worth a lot. I know Tech does too. And I would love to see a chest worth like a lot. I mean, it'd be fun to steal.
All that work.
Yeah, it'd be fun to steal too. Mysterious notes, we kind of went around with that one. It's, potentially personalized for people that haven't been in the game in a while, so they can get some sort of idea of what's going on new in the game, or not. But I think overall, like, I'm excited for this Gold Hoarder event, but I'm just hoping that it keeps players for a long time, or for a while at least, because even with Flameheart, the Flameheart event, when it first came out, it was very rare to even see a ship doing it. Yeah. So I'm hoping that these voyages, sure, it's a lot of time, but it's not going to be so difficult that people are like straying away from it.
Yeah.
Or they're so worried about doing it because there's so much loot that they don't want pirates to steal from them. And that's another fear of mine. So. All right.
So
well, no, go ahead. Yeah. Go.
We didn't talk about was in the video 405, they did make a hint as to other content that's possibly coming up.
Oh, like a new vendor or something?
They said, maybe a new addition to the Tavern, and showed a character there that we've never seen.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Do you think there's going to be more content in this update they just never talked about?
I hope so. I'm not mad about more content.
For sure. I don't know what it could be. I don't think it's going to be another emissary or anything, but
maybe it's just like another Duke where she'll have random voyages for us.
I mean, it's another NPC. They're adding it in for a reason, right?
Yeah. Hopefully it's not like an Umbra where it's just tattoos.
More tattoos.
Go to this website and complete something 600 times. to get a tattoo.
Yeah. Hey, check out this note. Go to seaofthieves.com/shark teeth. And you can see how many shark teeth you got. But Chad, if you guys have any questions or any comments or anything that you guys want us to talk about or discuss or share our thoughts on, now's the time. I
I want to know if anybody in chat has ever harpooned a mine dropped by a ghost ship. That's what I want to know. Because apparently you can't do that anymore, but someone must have did it at some point in time.
I think it would you could, but it like forgot what it
Pulled
did.
you
Like
in?
no, it like flipped the boat. It like freaked the boat out.
Really?
I remember somebody talking about it. It was like Akup or something.
Huh.
I got you, Cthulhu. So Cthulhu's got a couple for us. What do you think the special? Okay, what do you think a special type of wood would be cool? A cool addition, one that can be maybe repaired faster. Isn't that kind of like the different tiers of holes though on the boat? It's like a tier 1 hole repairs faster than a tier 3.
Yeah.
Or like it just adds the time that it takes to hammer it in, regardless the tier. Maybe it adds something additional. Like if it was a tier 3 or a tier 1, it just adds point, or it takes away like 0.7 or 2 times time to complete the nailing it in or something. Is what he's saying, I think.
Or J Rock says like reinforced wood makes it take 2 hits to break. I mean,
So you have advantage of getting in a fight prior so that you can repair with a reinforced wood.
or you could just literally, I mean, if it's a reinforced wood, I would even think you could do it without your boat being broken. You could
Yeah.
literally just reinforce your boat, make it a tank. But then maybe it slows you down. I don't know. I mean, a different type of wood. I guess that's a good question. I don't necessarily think like a special type of wood.
I don't know if I'd get excited over it.
That almost sounds like an ability overall for like a pirate. Like we talked about this with Meowsers. I feel like if there was anything like that, it'd be like if you're a bigger character, you can turn the anchor faster and raise the sails faster, but you run slower. Because I feel like with having a bigger pirate nowadays, like in Sea of Thieves, everybody's got that super slim pirate. So they can either tuck or it's harder to hit. So like having an advantage on a pirate size would be cool. Another one is, what's one thing you would add to Sea of Thieves? Could be a type of cosmetic as well.
I think we addressed that maybe 1 or 2 episodes ago, but yeah.
I know what I would add. I want them to drop stuff. I want cosmetics to drop from enemies. That's just my biggest thing. I want to see cosmetics drop, not everything be bought or unlocked through commendations.
For sure.
Jay's thinking. I can see it.
I think they need to add Brig Arena, even if they get rid of Galley Arena for it.
That'd be fun.
I'd like the name idea for the ship just to be trolly.
Okay, so what is
More of a troll.
what is something you would change about forts? I mean, we talk about loot, but it can't be too much, right? Because then that's defeats the purpose of the For the Dam.
Have new players spawn in replacement of skellies. Someone joins a server, they join up with a ton of resources, and they fight you too. PvP versus PvP versus PvE.
Pack says, I'm worried about noobs. All this awesome content that is just not doable for many crews. There's already so many complaints online. Seems like Rare really wants people to get good or go home. I disagree. I think most of this content is pretty doable, but my biggest constraint, as I see, is for a lot of solo players. Like soloing a Flameheart is tough. You can't. It's soloing a Fort of the Dam. Good luck. Like that's gonna take forever.
Soloing a fleet is almost impossible. with the Curse
Soloing
Cannonball.
a fleet is impossible, especially if they have the right
Sure.
cursed cannonballs.
Yeah.
Like you might as well just leave the circle and stay way out. But yeah, forts to me, forts would be hard. They change about forts. Maybe less waves so I can get to the boss faster. That would
I don't
make
know,
them more plausible for me.
I actually kind of like forts, like just the doing them factor. I know they can annoy you a lot because they don't give a ton of loot and they take a lot of time. But I still think they're a lot of fun, especially just playing with all the bomb barrels. I like bomb barrels.
They don't necessarily annoy me. It's just like I know when I go over there, I know what to expect every time, I guess. Like with
Mhm.
Flameheart, sometimes I can get really close to sinking. Or like with a Skelly fleet, like you just don't know what cursed cannonballs they're gonna shoot. So there's some sort of question. Like, sure, are they gonna be ghost Skellies or gold Skellies? But it doesn't feel like that's enough to make me worried. Ever. Like, sure, like that one day yesterday. I keep forgetting to say Saturday. Yesterday, I know we did a Flameheart and we basically didn't get hit once. But that doesn't happen always. Like that just doesn't happen. And then go ahead.
The forts, I do think a good addition could be, like we were talking about this with the Ashen Lords. Just there are a set number of bosses for forts, right? There's like 4 of them, three or 4 of them.
I think there's 3. There's 3. Yep.
Each of them had a different special move,
Mm-hmm. I think that'd be cool.
something specific to that boss.
So you have to fight it differently.
Yeah,
And I think that's my biggest gripe with, like, yeah, sure, the Ashen Lords have an ability, but like it still feels like that bullet sponge effect. But you do have to watch out for the boat. You know, you can't be too close, or when they spit out their fire, you can't be right next to them.
yeah.
And then Cthulhu says, "What do you expect from the new update?" But he says that this is relevant now, and I'm expecting good things. I just hope it lasts long.
It looks good. Yeah, I think there's gonna be some stuff to entertain me for a while.
I think for Z's style of play, we're gonna have 1 or 2 opportunities where Z's gonna be tucked on someone's boat trying to get this, trying to wait for them to get to the point that they're gonna open the vault while the rest of us on the boat are gonna be doing
a Flameheart. Yeah, that's tough. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's like, where do I choose my battle? Like, do we just try to tuck on this guys, or do we? I guess honestly, depending, once we figure it out, like let's say that tucking and waiting for this loot is actually worth more than doing a world event. Maybe we just wait for the loot. Because like if like at a certain point, I'd rather do a Fort of the Dam. Like if we activated the Fort of the Dam and a normal fort spawns, I'd rather just do the Fort of the Dam and we'll let that fort despawn. So if like we find somebody doing that voyage and a random fort and the normal fort spawns in, I'd rather just wait for this guy and see how long it takes. Fishing stream, waiting on loot. Well, I'm tucked. Depending on what the loot is during the middle too. I mean, who knows? It'll be worth it. So, Chad, if you guys have any more questions for us, you can ask them in the Tavern Talk question section of the Discord, or ask them in chat. We can kind of discuss them here. Now is the time, chat. Now is the time. Master Yoda said, for the wood ones, wood to where you fix the ship, the hole disappear, and the ship looks like new. I just wish you could, if you fully repair your boat, you could just re-put a skin on your boat and it would repaint it.
Like back at the outpost, you just go to your thing and
talk to the person and just put a new skin on so it fixes it.
Yeah.
There was a time I really liked at the end of like sailing for the day, just seeing the boat and being like, wow, look at the mess that got into.
Yeah. Your boat looks like Swiss cheese. No, you're good, Cthulhu. I see it. So, all right. Well, I think we're going to wrap up. If there's no other questions you guys would like to ask. Oh, here we go, J-Rock. Thoughts on map expansion. Increase ship capacity on servers, bio. I mean, I'm always for more ship capacity. And I'm okay. I mean, if they're going to add a larger part of or another section of the map, but it's depending on how it would, for me it would be depend on how many boats they add, I guess.
So for map expansion, there's actually a lot of lore in this game, which I'm learning a lot recently from one of our friends, Kat, who is here in chat. She has a couple of good ideas on how some of those map expansions could happen, and it doesn't even necessarily extend like a huge section to do that. But they do everything they've been adding has, you know, there's a purpose, there's a story, and there's set rules they kind of have. It is really interesting to learn about, but I think like the expansion can be possible with how they have the lore going.
Yeah, I think adding like making the map bigger and adding more players is just gonna give us the same feel of where are all the players at. I would say, um, I don't know. I think adding new areas inside the same volume, like or adding another like rearranging maybe a little bit and adding another island would be good. Just keeping the same map size and then maybe adding one or two more boats. I think that'd be something I'd get into.
Yeah, I think ship capacity needs to be the first thing if they're going to add a larger map. Because again, if there's still only the max amount of 6 ships and then they add another section of the map, it's really going to feel empty.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they add another section of the map, make it bigger, and then add more players, and you're just increasing volume, increasing players, you're just making the same problem but bigger. Then
Kind of
there's
wish
gonna be
there
more
was
people
a
spread out.
boat for people sailing alone, 1-person boat, much smaller than a sloop.
The rowboat.
Yeah, the robo. That, you know what's funny? I don't know if that's, I didn't see if that was you, but there was somebody that also said that too. But my take on it would be like, is it, how fast is the ship gonna be? Like, I mean, if a sloop, I don't know. I feel like a 1-person boat smaller than a sloop, that'd be really hard to
How would the cannon
balance.
situation work?
Yeah, how would that balance? Because sloop is the slowest with the wind, but fastest against the wind. So does that now make the 1-person ship slower with the wind, but faster against the wind? But then you have, yeah, I feel like, and then I already could see it happening. Can't you see that I'm a 1-person boat? Why are you attacking me? Like, I can already see that. And like, I get why some people would want it, but I feel like a sloop is pretty manageable. I mean, going from brig to sloop now, since I've been on a brig for so long, oh my gosh. The anchor raises so fast, the sails turn so fast. I mean, it's so agile. So like adding a 1-person boat, it'd be tough to balance, I feel like. And I feel like
Nisha wants one of your wood jet skis. That's what they want.
dude, if they added jet skis, I'm telling you. Jet skis would be awesome. Make some sweet plays. But it's a pirate game. They have snipers. That's always my argument. They have
Put a
snipers.
harpoon on the front of it.
Yeah.
Just for sailing wise, like not combat wise, but sailing wise, you can like the sloop, everything is right there. You know,
Yeah.
the sails, the wheel, the anchor, and then
Yeah.
you can look back over the back banister to see the map. Like you hardly have to move and do everything on your own.
Yeah. Yeah, I would find that a 1-person boat would be really hard to balance in a game that already has like a sloop that could be meant for 1 person.
Yeah.
So it'd be tough. But I've heard that before. Somebody else brought that up too. And we discussed this a while back. Interesting that it was also brought up. Yeah, solo slooping too, and I feel like I haven't been on a sloop in a while, but and I say this, but I don't know if I've ever had every single hole on the boat, but I'm pretty sure even on a sloop, if you have every single hole on the sloop, you can bail it and not sink. I'm pretty sure that
J-Rock and I already dealt with something like that. like we were getting pummeled, and I just was bailing if my life depended on it. And he was in the ferry, and we and we were able to get out of it. I swear I heard the sink noise twice, but I just kept on bailing, and they were still just watching me bail, and they kept on putting shots in and didn't sink me.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I guess a rowboat. A rowboat would be a solo. I've seen people do it though. I've seen people use a rowboat, go around the entire map. I've seen it. People have done voyages only on a rowboat. Oh, that'd be so. Oh my god, my fingers would hurt after that.
Get like a robot for the 2 buttons and just.
When are they gonna add auto swim? I need auto swim. Huh?
Right? Like it's not that big of an advantage. If you go AFK, you're gonna die to a shark.
Yeah, auto swim would be legit. I mean, they added auto float.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, okay. My finger gets tired. Okay. Auto run and auto swim. That's a must. I wonder, like, if I could get on with them, I would ask them why that's not been added. There's got to be a reason why. Because
a lot of games have that already built in.
Yeah, so I'm curious why it's not in their game yet. Why that hasn't been, especially with a game that's like you could be in the water for a long time.
Yeah.
So why isn't auto swim a thing? Just double tap W, dude. That auto swim. That'd make tucking a lot easier. I could go use the restroom while I'm still swimming over to an island.
Has anybody attempted to go to the very west side of the map or east side and try to swim all the way across?
I'm not me.
There's no way.
No, you would.
I wonder if that's.
I'm not. It's not me. If they had auto swim, I'll try it, but I'm not doing it otherwise. That's funny.
Go get a drink. Go have some lunch.
Yep. Not have to touch the keyboard and just be able to eat while I'm watching. Oh, shark, hold on. Mojo asks, what sea creatures would you guys like to see added to the game?
I know Z's answer.
What's my answer? I forgot.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. That is my answer. Everything wants to kill us in this game. Give us something that also protects us every once in a while. It doesn't have to be always when a shark spawns. But I think it'd be kind of cool to have, like, you're swimming and how the sharks can spawn in randomly. A dolphin could randomly spawn in and attack a shark. At least make it weaker for you.
What about the ancient alligator or whatever it is, the ancient crocodile?
That'd be cool. Oh, and I said
it,
whales,
like, walking
too.
around some islands, too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just
Whales.
like a new... I think it's just adding sea creatures in general. Like, just add some more sea creatures that we had, like sea turtles. And, like, just stuff that we have already. And, like, whales. That we, like, maybe you can hunt down whales and get whale meat.
You kill the alligator and you get Captain Hook's hand back, and you can go give it back to him.
Or like sea turtles that you could just use to swim faster.
You can ride them, yeah. Surf on them.
It'd be so funny to watch somebody, like... I think somebody's swimming over to us with a sea turtle. I see a mermaid, but it keeps diving and then going down, diving. Oh, it'd be really funny. That'd be really funny. That would be all great. Fully agree that they should add more to the game. Yeah, I feel like everything is a shark. I mean, I know that I guess they do have fish now that we can catch, but I think just adding more nature to the game. I know there's like bats and like birds that fly in circles all the time, but like that's just all they do. Adding more nature to the game is not a bad thing. There's snakes, chickens, and pigs. Like, what I mean, add some more, have the merchant people make you go after crocodiles, whatever. Catch a crocodile.
Killer whale would be cool.
Killer whale.
Like, jump over your boat like Free Willy.
Or you just see like a sperm whale like breach the water in like the long distance. That would win some COT shot or SOT shots. I'm telling you, dude.
Oh, for sure. That looks sick.
That'd be cool. You bring in Frankie. You ready?
The puppy.
The puppy. The puppy. Oh, were they? Okay. All right, chat. Well, we're gonna wrap up episode 4 of Tavern Talk. I'll upload episode 4. So if you guys are just tuning in, the episode will be live on YouTube tomorrow. I have to wait 24 hours to upload it. So if you guys missed it, make sure you check it out. If you do command social, actually, no, you can't do it because since I changed my passwords on some things, my Deepbot is not activated. So I have to actually fix that. If you go to youtube.com/ZGPhotoGaming, you can watch episode 1, 2, 3, and then 4 tomorrow. If you guys wouldn't mind really quickly as well, do command... no, can't do it, chat. Wait, or is it Nightbot? It might be actually Nightbot. Yes, it's Nightbot. It's Nightbot. Do command guess. Click those links. Follow those guys. Jay and Tech, where else can they find you besides on twitch.tv/TechNerdA, EA, and twitch.tv/UltimateJ?
There you go.
Where else can they find you?
They can also find me on Twitter @_UltimateJ.
Everything is Tech Nerd A, so make it easy for you. Instagram, Twitter,
The
we're all
YouTubes?
there. The YouTubers. I don't know about the YouTube. I'm not
the YouTubers? That's funny.
YouTubers.
YouTubers. All right, guys. Again, thank you guys for watching. Episode 4 will be live tomorrow. Again, if you missed it, it will be there, and I'll post it in the Discord for you guys to watch at a later date. So it should be live tomorrow at like 9 o'clock. Probably have it live by like 9. I have to wait 24 hours. So again, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys around for the next Tavern Talk. And hopefully it won't take as long for us to do another episode. So it should be maybe a week after the vaults open. We can kind of discuss it.
And if
and
you're
give our
watching
takes.
the YouTube video, put down in the comments what you would want to see as far as an animal in the game for the next seasons.
Yeah,
next
comment
update.
below what sea creature or animal you would like to see in Sea of Thieves. That'd be kind of fun. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. And take care.